also recording. We're doing both. Both things are happening. What's up, world? God, we're here to harrow your socks off. You're gonna get harrowed. Alright, so.
Let's refresh this.
So I've got the private one.
That's the private one, but let's make sure to get on the store.
And then the store is right here.
Like refreshing that or something. Scroll down. Something under like community.
I feel like it just comes up right above this.
Right? Yeah. Let's give it a minute. I'll double check the settings.
You double check the crap out of those settings. Community Hub. Hair is now available. Oh my god.
What's that?
The Harrowed is now available.
You double check the crap out of those settings.
Oh wait.
Community Hub. Hair is now.
No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I'm not. I exited out and then open it back up. That's my dad. Oh, it's working!
I got it on yeah, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna take us to the other room.
Yeah. We are right about playing the game on the internet. Cloud?
Hey guys, my name is Sam Plasmati. I'm one of the developers of the Harrowed for Salmon Raws LLC. We're just gonna play the first little bit of the game, tell you guys a little bit about how and why we made it, and if anyone's got questions, hop and chat. We'll be starting in just a minute or two.
Keep kicking butt, and I'll say it when you get.
Are we on? Are we go?
We're on. I'm just gonna tweet.
Why don't I hear the hair? I want to hear it. I should hear that music right now.
You guys can listen to the sweet, dulcet tones of our theme song.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Now, how do I look at the chat as well? Show chat. There it is. That was easy. Pretty damn cool. Hey, everybody dropping in. You know, we're gonna play some Harrowed. I think. So I was thinking about this. I think you should do maybe. I might do it maybe when I do mine.
Yeah.
A challenge run. So like, So like,
Like
one
a
party member
speed run?
is dead. There are going to be 2 party members that
Yeah.
are dead.
Can you beat the whole game with just Hargan, for instance?
I don't know. Who's to say?
Who's to say? I mean, Hargan's probably got an opinion on that. Yeah, guys, we're just posting this to our social
You
media.
see that Hargan was Stefan's favorite character?
I did. Some good writing.
No surprise there. Some good writing, both IRL and not IRL. We should send this to her right now.
Yeah, do you want to send that to her?
Send the link. Does it work on the phone?
Good question.
Everybody watching, here you are. You're just watching us text. That's why you're here.
That's
why
actually
you
the
came.
majority of game design is texting people, so.
I love how funky this gets. Love it. Oh my god, no, it's not that. Oh, it does! It comes up on your phone!
Too?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is incredible. We got some viewers right now. What's up, viewers?
Probably my parents.
It says 8 on my phone.
Good gravy. All right, well, 8 people.
Keep
Thank you
watching.
all very much for hopping in here. My name is Sam Plasmati.
Yeah, it is.
This is Ross
Don't
Bailey.
give people your name.
My name is Ravenstone 900. This is the Bloody August. And we are Salmon Raws LLC.
We sure are.
LLC
period.
And we got some folks hopping in here. And this is our first game. This is called the Harrowed.
First of so many.
First of so many. We're gonna take the world by storm.
By harrowing.
By harrow. We're gonna harrow Steam.
By brutal natural disaster.
Exactly. So the game came out today. We've been working on it on and off for about 3 years now. It actually started with a Dungeons & Dragons campaign for any nerds out there that we developed back in like 2014-15, and then picked up the RPG Maker MV software just as a hobby.
You didn't do all this without just from
I
code.
didn't just I
From zeros and ones.
This is all actually created in Microsoft Paint, sort of spliced together. Yeah, so and just sort of as a side hobby to learn that RPG Maker software, started importing the concept of the Dungeons and Dragons campaign in with the characters that people like Ross had created. Sorry,
I'm gonna ask how our levels are, but you should talk into that.
I created, and after a few years of just messing around, we got the whole story into game form, and pulled in some friends to throw in some art and music, and brought it all in. It was a really great collaborative process.
Oh my god, you're not giving us a speech.
I am giving a speech, and we're really happy with the product. So, for fans of fantasy storytelling, RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons, cool, creepy gothic art, we hope you check it out and enjoy it. So maybe without further ado, should we just check out the beginning of the game? Does that sound good?
Yes. We're gonna see right now. I'm seeing that the background music is loud, but this is the loudest part maybe. So let's see where we get.
We've got
Let's see what we get. Here, I'll bring it down a little bit.
But so we're about to take you guys into the Harrowed world of Ulm.
The Harrowed world of the Harrowed is what I think.
Okay, that's exactly what I say.
Do you read these?
Sure, I'll read the intro at least. So, the land of Ulm in the 305th year of the Harrowed era. 3 centuries ago, the overuse of arcane magic tore a rift in reality, transforming almost all mages into bloodthirsty worgen. Viscous creatures with the body of a man and the skin of a wolf.
Oily skin of a wolf.
So oily. The worgen rampaged across the land, destroying society overnight. The ancient empire of men fell. The elves were driven to near extinction. The
Hate to see
dwarves
that.
fled deep into their mountain tunnels,
Did-
as they often do
so-
in fantasy stories.
So, is there food down there? Tell me the dynamics of fleeing into your.
You know, you're going to have to play the sequel to learn more about the dwarves.
Because I would think like if I was fleeing from something, you know, you got bomb shelters, of course, right?
Of course.
But like, you know, you don't like flee from the apocalypse. You flee from a burning building. In which case, you want to get out.
Well, the dwarves are the original preppers, doomsday preppers. They had a lot of stuff stored underground.
Just go back up.
Yeah, they'll come out in 1,000 years when their supplies run out. In the twilight of Ulm, a band of great heroes emerged and rallied the survivors to overcome the Worgen. Since that dark age, the people of Ulm have tried to rebuild. Small kingdoms have risen and fallen. A sense of normalcy has started to return.
Oh my God, normalcy.
I love normalcy.
That hurts. That hurts.
That hurts
right now.
today, right?
Yeah.
But the lingering threat of arcane magic haunts this land. Mages are hunted and killed on sight.
The only acceptable magic is that condoned by the Grand Church of the Alma.
Can I pause you for a second? I'll pause you for a second.
Pause me.
You know what's weird is like all of our art right now, all of pop culture right now is like rightly being like it's a crazy time right now, right? There's gonna be like 20 years from now, there's gonna be like, oh yeah, no, this came out during COVID. That's why that joke is there, right? Like it's gonna be like a blip in like the entirety of.
Oh, you remember COVID?
Just like pop culture got really weird for like a year, because like that one time.
That's pretty, yeah.
What
We're
does
getting,
that sound?
I think it's the best movie.
Okay, good call.
it's going to be in a lot of rap songs for the next 2 years.
You
and
think?
then
You think? And then
off
nothing.
the map.
And then nothing.
that's done.
Remember, Pray for Paris?
Pray for the parents.
No one remembers that. That
Kanye
happened.
does.
That happened.
Kanye
Just like the brush fires.
We don't remember that. 2020 has been like a decade and 6 months.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
But anyway,
I'm proselytizing.
as we said, let's go back to Ulm. We got enough problems here on Earth. Back in Ulm, the lingering threat of arcane magic still haunts the land. Mages are hunted and killed on sight. The only acceptable magic is that condoned by the Grand Church of the Allmother. And that's sort of the background, where we set our tale. On a lonely night in the haunted Whitewood, a small party of travelers lights a campfire in the face of the horrors around them. Orina, a nun of the Grand Church of the Allmother, has been sent west to the town of Elkshire, hunting Duncan Reddle, a rogue mage accused of murder. Clive Beckett is a sergeant in the military of the Kingdom of Orinar.
I gotta slow you down. These are what these names first of all are interesting, right?
They are.
There's a lot going on there, but like this is I love this asset right here.
We got great art.
This is an artistic direction I don't think I've seen before in other games.
I appreciate it. We got our artist, Igor Motuz from Canada, actually did all of our pixel art, and he did a fantastic job establishing this this sort of dark gothic ambiance that you'll hopefully see as you play the game.
That was a good word. Good word.
You've really brought the
Thank-
Harrowed world of Ulm to
Thank
life.
you. I really appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah. So this is Beckett. He's been sent from the garrison of the capital city of Orinar, Mollendeth, to escort Orinar on her quest to hunt this mad mage. This is Hargan Buckfield. He's a brash young foot soldier in the Orinar military, and he serves under Beckett. He's a bit of a wise guy. And finally, we have Farron Greatstalker, who is a half-elf ranger hired to escort the party through the dreaded Whitewood. Now, these are the 4 heroes that you start with, but there might be some more that you can meet along the way.
Do you think that Hargan Buckfield and Farron Greatstalker have a compound last name friendship?
They might. It's like, throwing 2 things together, as all great names are.
That
could be why they bond.
name for me a low-high fantasy medieval timed story that doesn't have interesting names that are made of nouns.
Just 2 nouns.
or like I guess it's adjective noun.
I can't.
That's how they
It's
describe
great.
it. Skywalker.
Skywalker. Originally Starkiller.
Yeah.
First draft.
Oh God. I love it.
All right, guys, so that's sort of the background on the story. We're not going to read it word for word anymore. I'll just sort of go along and we can talk while we go through it.
We're not gonna?
We're not. This is not a performance.
What
This is a
if our
stream.
viewers want to hear it?
If how many streams? We got
16
16
viewers right now.
viewers. If we get 10 people in chat saying that I should just do a dramatic reading of this, we'll do it. But until that moment, you guys can sort of read along. Listen to us. So on stream, he's famous.
Oh God, it's beeping. I have to stop that.
So anyway,
I'll put a pin in that.
I'll put a pin in that. Ross is gonna step. Sorry, Bloody Arg is gonna step out. I'll just keep talking a bit about the game. So as I mentioned, this game. Sorry,
I'm on the screen.
we're blowing up. So the game itself is built in RPG Maker MV. It's sort of a classic throwback RPG. Think Dragon Quest or old Final Fantasy games. Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, one of my favorite games of all time, was sort of what inspired this. And certainly Ross and I have been sort of Dungeons and Dragons nerds since we were little kids. And I've always tried to sort of create my own campaigns to run for friends as a dungeon master, and this was one of the ones I was really happy with that I created, this world of Home. So as I said, we just decided to sort of put it to screen, and the rest is history.
I'm back.
So again, you know, you can check out, this is a very story-driven game where you're going to be following these characters along their quest in Ulm, learning about them, learning about their relationships, how they develop. So there's a lot of text, a lot of people to meet.
The final boss is actually an essay.
You have to write and submit a 2,000-word essay. That's a joke, by the way. But so our friends here, after a fitful sleep, they wake up to the bleakness of the Whitewood. Of course, days in this forest are no brighter than nights. With weary hearts, they press on to Elkshire. So as you can see, it sort of does have the standard hallmarks of old school RPG games. We're walking around on this grid. You can interact with a lot of various objects, and our friends here will have little conversations.
Oh God! Interact with those objects.
So many objects. And of course, we start our adventure in Chapter 1, A Night in the Wood.
That's some nice calligraphy. Did you do that?
I did. It's a font. I could lie and say I made it.
A font.
Oh my God! Something's happening. Who's this little blob guy walking around? Look at that be.
Look out!
Look out! There's a blob. Of course, as you've all learned since you were children, blobs are bad and should be avoided. So in the game, we've used that to represent enemies, monsters that are going to try and take you out. But hopefully you'll be the one to take them out instead.
Why? So you know, why does that monster seek destruction?
You know, that's a good question, Ross, and I could probably write a dissertation on that. But why would this poor wolf try to kill these 4 tiny human beings?
This
This is a viscous wolf. So here's sort of the tutorial for battle. As I mentioned, we sort of have this classic RPG style battle.
Classic.
In which all moves are either based on taking mana from a character, or they're based on cooldown, in which you can only use a certain move once every 2 or 3 turns. Different characters use either mana or cooldown attacks, so it does keep it a little bit interesting, and you sort of have to switch it out and strategize how you're going to use your moves to defeat various enemies.
There's more options like this with the cooldown based moves than I think in the typical straightforward battle RPG like this. You know, I hate to use JRPG, but I'm gonna do this tiniest bit more. The actual turn-to-turn decision making, and I might be biased here, I enjoyed more than I enjoyed my recent playthrough of Final Fantasy X.
You heard it here first. The harrowing is better than Final Fantasy X.
I hate the combat. I hate the combat in Final Fantasy X. I still played it.
You played it, and as I said, I think we consider this first and foremost an interactive story with sort of RPG combat elements, which we hope are going to be exciting to people.
No, I play it for the combat.
Ross plays it for the combat. Sorry, Bloody Args plays it for the combat.
That's right.
I play it for the story. So there's something there for everyone. But one element that we have here that you see in certain RPGs, the Tales series, for instance, there are no random battles. So if I'm just walking around in grass, I'm never going to have some monster pop out and waste my time. All the monsters are, like I said, these little blobs who will chase you.
Whoa!
But certainly, if you're fast and speedy, you can get around them.
Why are this wolf and this zombie friends?
It's a good question. What drives a wolf to befriend a whitewood undead? It
Are
could
the
be-
whitewood undead like Hollywood undead?
Yeah, there's a shitty rap metal band.
Sorry, we're on stream.
Let's not ruffle any feathers.
I know. We're talking a lot. I listened to plenty of Hollywood Undead back in my day.
We just lost a viewer.
Oh man, as a member of Hollywood Undead, I'm sorry. But it's a good question. Why are they both attacking these travelers? To fill you in a little bit on the world we're in, the Harrowed world of Ohm. As I mentioned, 300 years ago or so, this event called the Harrowing really destroyed most of society. And this forest we're in, which was once a lush, bright, flourishing place, has now been overcome by wicked, vicious monsters. And you might notice it's sort of small on your stream, but this wolf, his eyes look almost as if they have a purplish tint, as if potentially the arcane corruption unleashed by the Harrowing could have possessed it to become a beast more vicious than normal.
Do you mean his skin is a purple tint?
Skin and eyes. So all about it. Hair,
All of it.
all of it. Just it's a purple guy.
I think that's a purple wolf.
If you guys play this game, you'll notice that purple is the color that typically gets associated with arcane magic, which is a big no-no. So there's a visual cue for you. There you go. It's purple. This controller is purple. It's a sign. Sign from the All-Mother.
Oh my god.
So again, you guys have maybe seen this combat system we're working with up here. Top right, it shows you the turn order coming up, so you can plan your strategy. As I mentioned, characters like Hargon and Farron, who use sort of martial physical abilities. They're on this cooldown system, whereas some characters who use more mystical or holy abilities use mana. Such as Clive Beckett or Orina the Nun.
I have a question for you. How come Hargan Buckfield, Farron Greatstalker, and Aura, whatever Aura's name is, they seem to have mononyms here?
It's a great name. And honestly, the answer is because Clive Beckett just rolls off the tongue so well. And also, if you add Buckfield or Greatstalker, it's really going to push out that text limit all the way.
It's very true.
So as you saw, we just won this battle.
You heard people wanted more Beckett, and you gave
People wanted more Beckett. You can even notice
we had focus groups where there wasn't enough Beckett.
There wasn't enough, so we had to add more. You might even notice the top left of the Harrowed window is actually a little icon of little battle Beckett there.
Look at that. Beckett.
So you guys might have noticed after that battle, I was like, which button? There are only 2 buttons, but I had to struggle to
You
find
should
it.
definitely save because these things crash.
That's good, yeah. Not the game. The game doesn't crash. Steam can crash. The game doesn't.
The planes crash. We're on a plane right now. We're filming from our private jet.
The game doesn't crash. Great. No technical issues. You probably noticed after that battle, we got some gold from those monsters. Why a wolf is carrying gold, I'll never know. And we got something called a Harrowed Shard. So this leads to later on in the game, as you collect these Harrowed Shards, you just might stumble upon a crafting system that you can unlock to build some really powerful weapons that will help you out as you progress through this game. So certainly keep an eye out for those as you're defeating enemies. And again, as I said, here's our main menu where you can sort of see all the info about your characters. Check out, you can see a little bit about them. Here's Orina, here's her XP, some of her stats, her battle log. She's fought in 2 out of 2 battles. That's pretty impressive. 0 kills though, but she got some assists.
Human nuns don't kill.
That is true. She's done a lot of healing. She's got all these assists. We got a little profile. You can learn a little bit more about her backstory.
I just want to see. I want to see. I want to see you. I want to see you have fun, Sam. I want to see you soaking up this game.
Soaking up, right? Well, I just ran away from this guy. We're gonna take him on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All these wolves.
These wolves are just looking to pick a fight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give it to him. So we got Hargon using Dual Strike, which is an attack that has a cooldown. 2 turns here. We're gonna see this. What is this Sparkstone ability?
What? A Sparkstone.
Sparkstone, what could it be?
I don't understand. It could be anything.
Let's find out.
God.
So we got Beckett next in turn order. Let's see what the Sparkstone
That
is.
move reminds me of,
Ooh, Beckett with the big damage.
Oh my, did anyone see that?
Pretty impressive. However, it wiped out about half his mana, so he only gets a couple of those per a cycle,
Per thing.
per rest, per day,
Per go. Per go.
per go of his life. 2 in his life.
I love this. This reminds me of that Yu-Gi-Oh card. The Swords of Revealing Light.
Blue Eyes White Dragon?
No, not that one.
Oh shit.
Oh, good.
Oh, they're level up. So as you see, folks are leveling up. They're learning some more moves.
Oh my god, I love
They're getting some more stats. And then we just got a Sweet Leaf Herb, which will help you out if you get any status problems.
That is one sweet leaf herb.
Sweet. Oh, what could this be? We're out in the forest. We've got oh, this place seems more peaceful than the rest of the Whitewood, for sure. So there's some cool little conversation going on. Why someone would have left a sword
Why on
stuck
earth?
it in here. Clive Beckett, of course, the military man, giving a little background. Hargon razzing him for it. We love those guys, don't we? So look at this. We just gained the Stag's Blade. That sounds pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and
Throw it away. Drop it on the
let's
ground.
drop it on the ground. No, you know what? We're going to give the Stag's Blade to Farron. Change out her weapon. And look at that. That makes her much stronger. Increases her attack and agility. And as we can see, it's a blade blessed by the Silver Stag in a bygone age. Who's this Silver Stag guy, I wonder?
I want to see you lose this.
I probably will.
That's what I want.
I want to see me just crash and burn.
That's right.
An ancient shrine of the Silver Stag. Watched over these woods. It's a shame that these things just, must decay unseen in this forest. Yeah, who is this Silver Stag anyway? It's one of the Allmother's first children in the deity's own right. I said I wasn't
See,
going to
are
do
we?
this.
Here
I'm
we
not
are.
going to do this anymore.
Here we are.
You guys, check out the game if you want to read this all, or just read it at the bottom while I talk, while we talk.
We
Um,
can.
Well, you know,
Let's
I-
let them.
Let's let them, so you guys take your time, you can read this. As I mentioned, a lot of this game is about digging into the events of what happened 300 years
I'm
ago.
having a hard time reading while you're talking.
I'm sorry. Most of the elves in this forest were killed in Harrowed. Legends say that in his sadness, the stag abandoned it. And in his absence, all manner of evils took root here. That's when they renamed it the Whitewood. You know, earlier, Ross, you asked why the wolves and the undead are attacking us, and there you go. It's because this silver stag fella decided to take off. Wow.
Wow.
Argon really
wow.
digging in right there. Oof, so we got some backstory here going on, some cultural relations. Fill you in on the world of Ulm.
Mm-hmm.
How everything fits together. Oof, Hargon, he looks distraught there. Look at that face. Oh, but Farron's fine with it.
It's like a sneer.
Yeah. And the
That's just
perpetual
retching
grimace.
bastard face, yeah.
Perpetual grimace from Clive Beckett here. Oh, we got a stone by the shrine. What could this be? It has a certain luster to it. I like luster, lustration. It could be a gift from the Silver Stag. We do know that. All right, I'm going to stop paraphrasing. It's worse than reading it. But as you can see, we got something called a guidance stone.
This is a neat feature.
Yeah, so this is a mechanic we added into the game, where it's under your key items, and every chapter, as I mentioned, this game is divided into chapters. Every chapter, if you ever get lost, you don't quite know where you're supposed to be going. You can click on this guidance stone. You lightly rub it,
Yeah, it's
sort of
important.
like a genie lamp type
You
situation.
have to lightly rub
And
it.
then a gentle voice speaks to you. Young ones, make your way west through the Whitewood. Fear not the shadows, but tread with caution. Find your way to the sleepy village of Elkshire and question the townsfolk about the region. The two rival innkeepers know much, but you may need to earn their trust.
Ooh.
So this guidance stone is an item that once you pick it up, it's going to help you if you ever get lost or can't quite figure out what you should be doing.
It knows the future.
Exactly. It's a very smart rock. So here we are. We're just walking through this forest. It's a bit labyrinthine. Let's see what this road takes us on. See, I just walked right by that blob. He's an idiot.
I saw that.
What's this? There's a statue out in the woods. An ancient monument whose text is long since faded. Oh, well. I wonder if that could be a pointless monument or something happens to it. Who knows?
Usually in games, there is just pointless stuff.
It's just pointless stuff walking around. Who knows? Maybe something happens later. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop. You know what? I'm going to fight this guy just because. You got 2 undead. See, they're hanging out together.
One's the basis.
So, like we said, so here's a cool move, actually. So Orna is our primary healer in the party, and she has this move called Desperate Plea. And what
Looks
that
like
does...
Desperate Housewives of Miami.
That's what we based the move on. As you can see, this move, her normal heal costs mana. It goes in her normal turn. She's a bit slower than some monsters in Farron. But Desperate Plea is a special heal that she can only use once every 10 turns or so. But it jumps in front of every other character and heals someone for quite a bit of health. So if you're ever in a really tricky spot and someone's about to die, you can hop in with Orna's Desperate Plea.
A really viscous situation.
Jump the queue, as it were.
Oh, I'm gonna stretch out the old Legos.
Other than that, we're just gonna sort of lay into these zombies with our with the rest of our party, these physical fighters. Farron with a tough miss there. But you see, she dealt quite a bit more damage than Beckett because she's using this artifact.
No one should be doing more damage than Beckett.
No one should be doing. I'm sorry.
We need to change.
We need to. We're gonna nerf everyone besides Beckett, so he deals 1,000 damage with every hit.
That'll be the next patch.
But yeah, as you guys can see, we're just going through the rotation, fighting these zombies. As we said, our artist Igor put together this awesome art style for us. Sort of the giant humanoid zombies and monsters sort of towering over our heroes, but somehow in the aftermath, our heroes still prevail. And
how do they do
picked
it?
up some more Harrowed shards.
How do they do it?
We got a chat going on. Are there people in there?
It's mostly me.
Hey, that's fine. You're chatting with someone.
Sir Elton John has been
Sir Elton John.
Very vocal.
I knew we've had celebrities who wanted to play the Harrowed for a long time. I didn't know Sir Elton himself would be here. Oh, we got some more undead. Let's quickly dispatch these fools.
Sir Elton, are you friends with the Hollywood Undead? Do you guys frequent the same venues? I guess it's Vegas. Isn't there a show in Vegas, or is it AC?
Hollywood Undead?
I've definitely seen it near a casino. I have to check.
I mean, I think they're like a touring band.
Hollywood. Really?
Yeah, I saw them play back in like high school or something.
That's embarrassing.
Well, I had to make up for trashing them earlier.
Just love them.
It's looking like pretty tight over here. We've lost a couple of health points, HP over here. So let's just talk to this strange man in the woods and see what he's got to say. For 15 gold, I'll let you share my campfire. That sounds like a great deal. I'm killing all these monsters, racking up fat stacks of cash, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. And of course, when you sleep, you heal.
So I thought Hollywood Undead was that band that Johnny Depp was in.
I think that's like the Hollywood vampires or something.
Oh
Gremlins? I don't know.
Oh boy. Is anyone in chat now?
Let's see. What's our... Alright. So we actually need sort of a lot of XP before our next level, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to...
Type in the cheat code really quick.
Yeah, because I made this game, I know what's coming up. I'm just going to quickly save just in case.
You made this game.
I did. I just duped that little slime. Oh, what is this ugly looking guy?
He's gross.
What is that thing? She was reading my mind. Hairiest person I've ever seen. I don't think that's a person, Hargon. Uh-oh. It's coming right at us. Get ready for battle.
I can't believe you were still reading.
Just select.
Oh my god.
You're
gonna tire yourself out, Sam.
I don't want to get tired.
You gotta keep energy at a nice sustainable level.
We're not gonna play the whole game for you guys right now.
Not play the whole game?
Because people gotta buy the game and check it out themselves.
Oh, that's true. It's like if you go to Barnes and Noble and you start reading the comics.
You're not gonna buy those comics.
like the thick ones, like the graphic novel. Yeah, then you spend all day at it.
Yeah. People gotta go enjoy the nice quarantine weather here in Boston. But as you guys...
You now know where we live and know our names.
In Boston, some other country.
On this plane.
The band Boston, that's what I'm talking about. So you guys might remember from that intro, that lengthy intro that we read, that the harrowing, which devastated Ulm 300 years ago, involved all of these worgen emerging and destroying everything. And what could this be? This looks like a worgen to me.
I love its shoulder blades.
If I didn't know better, yeah, it's very cool looking, very top-heavy monster here.
So, what color would you say that monster is?
Purplish.
Okay.
Maybe that means it's got some arcane influence going on here.
Who could say?
Like everything else.
Who could say?
So, this certainly looks a bit more formidable than most of the other monsters we fought, which is why I prepared myself and saved. Ooh, doing some serious damage there. But I think our heroes might just get out of this with a W.
Yeah, I think maybe we can pull it off.
I think we'll be able to pull it off. We're going to lay out the big guns. Clive Beckett's going to throw down some spark stones.
Oh, Clive Beckett. Do you guys like Duncan? How do you feel about Duncan?
I love Duncan, but I haven't had Duncan since March. I normally have it like once a day or at least a few times a week.
So would you say it's
Look,
fully
they say-
withdrawn from your system?
They say America runs on Duncan. And you can just call me America.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got someone here who says they're trying to chat and it's not letting her.
Oh no.
A special lady who might have sent champagne earlier.
It's true.
Why don't you give her a shout out?
Katie Farino.
No, stop using people's
Sorry.
full names.
I don't know what her. I'll just say Kay. Has been very supportive of this and sent us some champagne to celebrate. So we'll be enjoying that later tonight.
I hope all these 11 people are just us now.
Probably it's just us on like 5 different computers. Sorry for revealing your identity on stream. Now everyone, my social security number is. Nice try.
They almost got you.
So while I was distracted, this worgen's been sort of given a beating to some. Oh, but we killed it.
Sir Elton John's gonna kill.
Uh-oh, Sir Elton John, the Wicked. So that was actually, we easily dispatched that vicious worgen. Good on us, and it lifted us up to level 3. Fantastic.
I feel lifted.
I feel lifted.
Lifted level 3.
Hargan has reached level 3. Farron, Clive Beckett, everyone's reached level 3. This is great. Oh, more Harrowed shards and a potion. One that doesn't have a
Potion?
Ooh, creature left back in the
Yeah,
woods.
well, let's Hargan do it.
Hargan's taking a nap, man. Thank the almond. This little squid guy's still hanging out down there. I hope he doesn't come up. A worgen. Possible worgen not seen since the harem. So this is sort of the mystery we find ourselves in. These worgen have supposedly returned after 300 years, and clearly they're up to no good. So I think we should get out of the Whitewood.
We should like set up camp there.
And just kill worgen.
Just patrol.
Well, as you might have read in that post-battle,
We could burn it down. That's what the church would do.
they would burn down the whole fort. It's a big forest.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. Maybe they could try.
Purify
Put that in
it.
the sequel. You might have seen in that sort of post-mortem on the battle, we didn't actually kill that worgen.
What?
No, he hopped off into the woods.
But you blew him up and stuff.
Well, we blew him up, but
God,
worgen's
they are-
pretty fast.
They are tenacious creatures.
They are tenacious. So this here is sort of all of the action in this game takes place in a fairly localized area. So in lieu of sort of a large overworld, we made the decision to instead connect all of our areas by this main highway map, which keeps you focused in close on the characters. We felt that almost claustrophobic sense would really fit more with the tone of the game.
There is going to be an essay on that
That's my dissertation
later
for
on.
my PhD. So, of course, there are many places you could go explore. We're supposed to be going to Elkshire, though, so we're going to just sort of head on down there. Oh, look at this. We're right outside the Whitewood. There are people farming, living their life, doing their thing.
They're awfully close to the Whitewood.
Definitely sort of creepy out here. We got this weird sort of...
Old man.
There's an old man. I was going to say the shading, but the old man shirt.
It's weird.
But here we are in the peaceful town of Elkshire.
You should go to the local
I should
cleric.
go consult the local cleric. So here we are in Elkshire. As I mentioned, the game has a lot of folks you can interact with in some various towns and locations. Obviously, some of our responses are pretty snarky. If you talk to a officer of the law, you probably don't want to say none of your damn business, but leave that to you.
Oh, because they arrest you if you say it.
Yes.
And then I think it just goes straight to game over.
And then you're done.
And then the game uninstalls.
The game uninstalls and blows up your computer.
That's what I thought.
Let's a little crack over here. Hope you guys know about this. So we got a lot of people over here. Hopefully, if you guys check out the game, you can go talk to all these folks walking around Elkshire, sort of see what their lives are about. Got this. This has the look of a church. I'll go in here and chat with this cleric. Hello, child. What can I help you with?
Oh, I like some music. Just got a little
This
more.
is nice. This is actually our friend Dave composed this song.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good one.
God, you think you know something.
You think you know something, but then I tell you.
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't know if people at home can hear it. It's subtle. It's definitely.
It's subtle. It's nice. It's something you might hear in a church. We should tell this old cleric that we encountered a working in the woods. He must have been mistaken, of course. He of course thinks we're crazy. No, I'm gonna stand up to this guy.
Beat up the priest.
I'm not gonna do that, but I will speak my mind. So he's gonna fill us in a little bit about
Tell
this
him up strong
town of Elkshire, and
powerfully.
he says this woman Julia, who runs the Dead Worgen Inn, aptly named, might want to learn about these Worgen.
He's like this woman.
This woman.
Julia.
And while we're here at this inn, we're looking a little worse for wear. So I might talk to this fellow in his jaunty cap, and we're just gonna spend some of that sweet cash and rest up, get our HPs back up. Do a quick little save, and then this person looks like a manager over here. Miss Evelyn's busy. She doesn't have time to talk to random travelers like you. If you're looking to get liquored up, you can head to the Rotted Oak Tavern south of the river.
They're just sending you every which way.
They're just on a mad goose chase over here.
It's messed up.
So he's insulting us and telling us to go south to the Rotted Oak Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys might remember when we checked our guidance stone earlier, told us to consult the two rival innkeepers in town and try to earn their trust. So clearly we can't talk to Julia.
How big is this town that it sustains 2 inns?
Well, that's a good question. There's probably 10 houses. You can go in some of them, talk to the townsfolk.
Is there a barber in this town?
There's not a barber.
So they're like,
We need 2 inns but 0 barbers. That's how you run an economy.
I saw there's traders. There's a church.
Yeah. So I think
You think the church would be letting people sleep in it?
Well, they're not running a charity; they're running a church.
Okay.
True. But to answer your question, the village of Elkshire is in the western hinterlands of Orinar. So as we mentioned in the intro to the game, this world is sort of you can think of it as like a
flat. It's a flat world.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Well, it could be. We haven't gotten to the edges yet. But it's sort of analogous to Dark Ages Europe after the fall of the Roman Empire. So sort of the great empires of the past have all splintered into small countries and kingdoms and things like that. And this country, Orinar, which was founded by Orin, one of these great heroes who led humanity during the Harrowing, founded his own kingdom, and that's where our story is set.
Wait, this is real?
What's real?
This all really happened?
In Ulm it did, not in Earth, but it did in Ulm. So Orinar founded this kingdom, and we are here in Elkshire, which is in the western hinterlands of the country of Orinar. Because it's on the other side of that haunted whitewood, it doesn't get a lot of attention from the capital, which is why they sent this junior nun and some random soldiers to go hunt this mage out here in the boondocks. Orna, of course, you might notice that her name sounds very similar to the country Orinar, because as you might discover if you play the game, she's actually an orphan. She was orphaned at birth and adopted by the church, and as is standard church policy, they gave her one of the common names named after the great hero Orin. So that's where her name comes from.
Daddy, How did you pick my name? Well, Earth, you were an orphan.
So we named you after a country. End of story.
Earth.
So we found this
They
other
named him Earth in my joke.
America.
America.
People like America Vespucci. The country's named after
I
him.
think it's Amerigo.
Amerigo Vespucci. There could be someone named America Vespucci now. Who knows? There's a lot of people. So we're talking to this other rival bartender over here. There's a few naughty words in the game, I guess. Watch out.
Oh God, Steam's in the chat.
Steam? The Steam Police? We're shutting you down.
Nah, I lied. That was a lie.
I included that in the game rating system. It's all out there. That's correct. Got some business going on here. So clearly these two folks, Julia and Adrian, are rivals. But maybe this Adrian guy can help us get an audience with Julia, because she seems to care about Worgen, so she might be able to help us out. But of course, it's not going to come free. So this guy happens to also run the Loggers Association.
What's his name?
His name's Adrian.
What's his last name?
I actually forget. It's somewhere in there.
I stumped you.
You stumped me.
I win the game.
You won the Harrowed trivia. Congratulations.
Does this mean that all Marys are orphans? That's a question posed to you by one of our esteemed watchers.
Sir Elton John?
No, Void Circuit.
Really? Void Circuit? In reality, yeah, I'm going to say yes. That's true. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that, Void Circuit. Not all Marys are orphans, but all orphans are named Mary, as I understand it.
That checks out.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Except Farron.
Except Farron. Well, Farron's not an orphan. Only one of her parents left. She was raised by her mother.
Okay. Orna.
Orna was actually orphaned at birth.
Real orphan. Here we go. We got some bottom of it, guys.
Good job. We got 11 viewers, man.
I don't know how to see who the viewer. I wish they had that option.
It's true. All right. Well, if you followed along that little conversation, our boy Adrian telling us to go out to the logging camp. Oh, we've got a new chapter. The Lodge and the Logger. He's telling us to go to the logging camp and help out his brother to earn his trust. All right, so we played the first chapter of the game.
I think you should be talking to every NPC multiple times.
Talk. You guys couldn't read that. My cousin lives out west on Widow's Lake. He's always talking about some evil spirit that's terrorizing the fishermen. I think all that time on the lake is just getting to his head. Maybe if you play the game and get a couple chapters in, you yourself will be able to go find Widow's Lake. So that's the first chapter of the game, guys.
Best first chapter
Best
of
first
any game
chapter.
I've ever seen. Now, can you do it again?
Me? You want me to play that again for all of our new viewers?
Because I don't know if we can put that on a loop. The clever thing to do would be to take the recording right there and just put it on a loop. That's a lie. I don't think that's clever.
Well, we'll see. It might post to the community channel when we wrap up this stream.
No, I don't know. I don't know how Steam works. You're running out of energy though.
I think this is good. I think we played the first chapter.
Okay.
So again, everyone who's here, everyone's in chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you think the game is cool.
We're not going to leave it open for some QA.
If there's Q&A, just throw in some questions. We're gonna not advance from the plot. But if people have questions, we're happy to keep talking.
Sam, why are you so goofy? Someone has a question for you.
Oh my God. It must have been like the water I drank growing up. Something about that. I don't know.
Okay.
Stuck around.
See if there's any more questions.
Any more questions besides that one? But so the game is available now on Steam. It's only $3.99.
Why are the wolves mad is a question.
Why are the wolves mad? It's a great question.
Wait, is it $3.99 or $2.99?
Sorry. Good catch. It's $2.99. Even cheaper. Now you can go buy 2 copies and give one to your friends.
You're losing money if you don't buy 2.
Yeah, at this point you're we're losing money. So why are wolves evil? Well, can you really say they're evil? That's sort of the question of morality there. You know, they're maybe.
They're mad. Why are they
Oh,
mad?
sorry. Good, great. Sorry. Thank you for clarifying.
What mad does she mean? Are they
insane?
Are they deaf?
Are they angry? I'm going to assume you meant angry. I mean, let's try and put ourselves into the mindset of a wolf, of an animal in any natural environment, and then you got these people putzing around in your stomping grounds. I mean, I don't know. Whoever asked that question, you might be angry if someone just came into your house and started walking around.
It's true.
So I'm gonna give the wolves a pass on this.
Completely true.
Great question. Any other questions in there? This guy walking around?
You already answered the one about all Marys.
I did. Well, also, again, just thanks everyone for tuning in. The game is it is released now. We hope you check it out. We hope you like it. Share it with your friends if you think it's cool. Share it with your enemies if you think it's cool. We'll probably be doing some more streaming tonight.
There'll be much more streaming.
On Twitch this time. Over on the Bloody August channel, right around probably starting at 7 p.m. So
we'll be popping champagne.
We'll be popping bottles, as they say, when you're fly like a G6.
What inspired you? We have by Sir Elton John.
Sir Elton. What inspired me, period?
Yeah. Also, how did those developers develop those beards?
This is all from Sir Elton John.
Will there be a sequel? Yes, these are all.
All right, great series of questions, Sir Elton. Number one, what inspired you? As I mentioned, I developed this setting 3, 4, 5 years ago, and as just about every fantasy setting is, this is really just an amalgamation of tons of different fantasy concepts, settings, and frameworks that existed before it. So obviously, I was a big fan of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings growing up. I used to just dive into every Dungeons and Dragons lore book and source book I could get my hands on. Reading a ton of other fantasy novels and series growing up. World of Warcraft.
This is a thoughtful answer.
All that. For more, you can, I don't know, email me.
Sam, our viewers are growing right now.
They're growing.
You want to get out.
They heard me talking about my fantasy influences. What are there any deep cuts? I mean, I will say one of the biggest influences on this game and why I like old school RPGs, JRPGs, is the Golden Sun series, which came out for the Game Boy Advance.
They did a port to the TI-83 too.
TI-83 Plus. You could play Snake and Golden Sun. For those who've never played it, it's a phenomenal Japanese role-playing game set in a fantasy setting. There you can summon giant monsters and use magic to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. Really great stuff.
Anyone who logged on right now just heard that if they bought this game, they can use magic to solve puzzles.
Disclaimer: I'm talking about Golden Sun. You might get some points where you do stuff like that. But fun fact: that was actually the best Christmas I ever had. Actually,
tell us about your best Christmas.
This doesn't have to do really with the question, but it sort of does. Best Christmas I ever had was, I think I was 11 or 12, and I hadn't asked for a Game Boy Advance for Christmas because I thought it was like too much, too expensive. And my parents, my mom and my dad, just got me one unexpectedly for Christmas. So it was probably labeled from Santa, but now I know it was my parents.
Yeah.
Who unexpectedly got me a Game Boy Advance and this game Golden Sun, which again I'd never heard of. And as I said, it ended up being one of my favorite games of all time and inspired my activities like this.
Here you are.
So thanks a lot, Mom and Dad. You got us started here. So that's a good little chat about influences. What was our second question?
Or they bought you like a Joyce novel or something.
Then I would be tearing up the New York Times bestseller list.
Made some real art.
Yeah. Instead, making RPG games on Steam.
All right, I know we're packing up, but Griff V.
Griff
91 just joined the chat.
Griff V just joined the chat.
It sure did. What's up?
What's up, Griff V?
What? Indeed.
Welcome to the Steam chat, Griff V. Thanks for hopping in, man. We're doing a Q&A right now. So we can at least finish up the Q&A.
We're gonna finish Q, and then we're gonna take a dinner hiatus.
Dinner hiatus, and then we'll be back on Twitch tonight.
And we'll be back on. I wonder if it's probably not possible to do both.
I think it might be. We'll look into it. So stay tuned, fam.
We can post those on blast.
I think we had a question about beards. I'm usually very beardy throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, Bloody August, is less so, but
yeah, I'm diving in.
He's diving in. So there's your question. Asked and answered.
Asked.
And there's a third question there.
Will there be a sequel?
So hopefully there will be a sequel. There is content and storyline that exists after this game concludes. If you play it to the end, you might even find yourself faced with something of a cliffhanger, potentially.
Well, how do you do a sequel? Everybody dies at the end.
Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. We'll find out, man. You viewers are going to have to play the whole game to find out if that actually happens. But whether or not that happens, there are certainly plans for a sequel to this, and our new game studio, Salmon Raws LLC. We are certainly hoping to be active and release a number of new projects. So stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow us on everything.
Everything, and you'll be the first to know about any sweet new projects that we cook up. Any other questions?
What you having for dinner?
Was that coming from Griff V 85?
No, it's still Sir Elton John.
Sir Elton John. I don't know yet. Something. Something good.
Oh, God.
We can take a look what they're serving in Elkshire. Maybe that'll inspire us.
Did Ross lose the coin flip to name it raw salmon? It doesn't work that way.
It's because
it would have to be raw Sam.
Ross and Sam.
Raw Sam. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's Sam and Ross. Sam and Ross. So it's tough.
Yeah.
Looking at here, okay, so we got a lot of wine, or cooking vinegar maybe. We got a ton of fruit, some bread, some looks to be some grain, and apples. So this is sort of the vegetarian diet.
You show us on tomatoes?
Could be tomatoes. It sort of looks like apples though.
Okay, all right.
Hey. Someone's eating some croissants. This is a very
French,
ritzy location here.
Croissants and coffee right next to beer.
You just talk to this map and
I don't know you can talk about
learn a little bit about the characters in Israel. So one thing we're happy about that.
Yo, he doesn't have a name that's a geographical location.
Huh? Well, that's because he wasn't raised by the church. He didn't grow up in one of the church houses.
All right.
See, wow. What a sad story Hargan's life was.
All right, folks.
Dang.
No, sorry, you continue. We're winding down.
We're winding down. We got to get some food.
Please, continue this tour.
Any other questions?
Diet. No.
Nope, one more question popping in here.
What was development like? Any shout-outs for the people that helped make it happen?
Well, thank you. Does that Void Circuit? Void Circuit? Fantastic question.
If it wasn't for the friendship of one person, I think
if it wasn't for Void Circuit. But in all seriousness, Void Circuit is a friend and has been very supportive of all our activities like this for years. So thank you very much. And
watch his streams.
Yeah. Check them out. But yes, a ton of people obviously made this possible. Certainly the D&D group, which started this whole campaign. So thank all of you guys who were in that. As I mentioned, the other half of Salmon Raws has been producing this with me all along for the last 3 years. I
didn't do nearly as much as
but he's been here.
But here I am.
Leading the charge on camera. As I mentioned, we got our artist in Canada, Igor Motus. Check him out. He's on our Instagram and on our website. We linked his site on the bottom of our website.
And that theme song.
Did a phenomenal job. Our friend Dave Goldfarb did several tracks for this game. We've had he did our theme song that plays in the opening menu, and some of the other tracks that you hear throughout the game. In the church, for instance, that was him. Steve, hey Mr. Tambourine, I won't use his real name. our colleague, Hey Mr. Tambourine, did some other music. And a lot of our friends have play tested this as well, given some great feedback, which we incorporated and got us to this sort of final product. So great question, Void Circuit, and thank you to everyone who was a part of this.
That's all the questions.
That's all the questions. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We thought there would be like one viewer, and there were like 10 to 15, which is awesome. So like I said, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We really appreciate you guys checking out the game, sharing it with your friends. If you like it, post a review, and we'll be back up on Twitch, maybe on Steam later tonight.
And if you don't like it, don't post it.
Yeah, don't review it. Well, all right. Thank you guys all so much, and we hope you enjoy the game, and we hope to see you all soon. We'll sign off to the beautiful song.
I just realized that if we give up listening, we can route the audio straight through. Right? So like.
Oh yeah, we should definitely.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
But it's we're gonna miss out on the sounds. I just love the sounds.
We'll figure it out. We got 2 hours. We don't need to. We'll do our technical stuff off stream.
Ooh.
All right. So what do you do? Hit stop streaming.
Ooh. Bye.
Bye.